I'm good.
Okay. Welcome to Disgruntled, the podcast where we process the minor inconveniences that feel like personal attacks.
Traffic, conference calls, group texts, no one's safe.
We're not here to fix anything. We're here to vent, to spiral, and to laugh instead of scream.
Basically, it's therapy, but with less crying and more yelling into the void.
And just so we don't get fired, the views expressed in the podcast are ours and ours alone. They do not reflect the opinions of our employers, past, present, or future.
Or yours, or anyone's really.
We're not really professionals. We're just professionally done with everything.
Call us today, cry for help, but make it funny at 479-222-1251.
Or you can find us at disgruntlednetwork.org and submit your unfortunate ramblings via form.
And visit the link in the bio for more details.
Anyway, so we're your host of Disgruntled. I'm Bowlin.
I'm Gillian Johnson.
And let's get into the episode.
I have no idea what my complaint is this week.
You know, I think I should have stalled this a little bit more because I'm not sure I know mine either.
None. No idea. Like, I'm trying to think about, like, what has happened the last week and a half, whatever. Don't really know that. Okay, so I had a family reunion on Saturday. That was fine. That went really well. I saw all them. It went really good. My mom was here Friday night. That was fun. Oh, I have something I need to tell you in the break. Don't let me forget. Oh, God. I was going to start with that because I didn't want it necessarily recorded. But it is what it is. You win some, you forget some, and then you do the rest with the rest. I got to plug in my phone. Y'all, it's a struggle. I'm driving the bus. Jill's on the back. Like,
Holding on for dear life. It's a doozy.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's been fun. Work has been fine. I watched a really good show on Netflix this weekend.
What was it?
Sure did. It was called The Burrows. I don't know if you've seen it. Did you watch it?
We're on that season finale. We saved it.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
I got my
So we
mom
can't
to
talk about
watch
it,
it
but
as
cool.
well. So there's a whole tribe of us
It's
now.
really good.
Yes,
It was
so
really,
good.
really good. It reminded me so much of Stranger Things, like just like the older version of Stranger Things. And it's really funny because I looked at like who created it, and it's the Duffer Brothers, the ones that created Stranger Things.
Yeah.
And
you
so
can
I thought that
tell.
was really cool. Very, very
Yes.
neat. And
The
then
storytelling in it is just
yeah. I love random worlds that people create in their mind. It's amazing to me. I also like the subtle nods back to like the actors and actresses because like the main character, he played someone in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yep. Yeah,
I
he
hope
did.
I'm getting that right. And
think
at
you are.
one point, you see like a figurine of that character in the show. And then Gina Davis?
Yeah.
Is
Gina
that right?
Davis. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Gina Davis, Thelma and Louise, not Susan Sarandon, but Gina Davis. And League of Their Own, that one. So she's in it too. And they had a scene where a car flies off a cliff, right? And it's a direct nod to Thelma and Louise. And so I saw that and I was like, okay, yeah, they did. This was good. This was a good one. This was a really good one.
They knew what they were
that
doing.
was a really good show.
Can we talk about how well she's aged? I would hope to even age a fraction of what that woman has. Oh, she still is just
me
gorgeous.
too. Me too. But I can tell you right now, next year I'm going to look like a freaking sack of raisins.
You and me both. We need to find Mother and get that serum. Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
yeah, for real. Yeah, or find Mother or like Kris Jenner's plastic surgeon. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
So did that. That was fun. Oh, yeah. I have a friend of mine came back to the area. She recently moved to Missouri. So we try to do like one at one point during the year. She usually comes down and stays a week with one of our friends, who is also my art teacher cousin, stays with her down at her house, and they'll come up and we'll go to lunch. So we did that on Sunday. It was really, really, really good to talk to them and see them. I miss them a lot. So
That's awesome.
did that. No, really, not many complaints this week. Like, I don't have any complaints. Someone did drop a freaking bomb on me right before I left work today. So I can't quite disclose what happened there. But I still feel like I'm being punked on that one.
Ashton Kutcher.
And it's funny because I said that and I texted them afterwards when I was on my way home and I said, I still don't know if I'm being punked or not. And I said, also, let's just go ahead and make this all about me. And let me tell you guys, not about me. Not at all. Not one freaking bit. So that was fun. But yeah, that was a interesting conversation with her. And then I've been training people at work. That has been great. They've been doing really well. I enjoy that thoroughly. So, but yeah, that's all I've been doing. It's been an easy past week or so.
Yeah, that's good. I spent the weekend. I was dog sitting for our number one listener, Allie. She had a
Hi,
wedding
Allie.
to attend to, so I babysat the cutest little puppy named Roman. Well, he's not technically a puppy anymore. He's a very short Boston Terrier, full of spunk, as we like to say.
Yeah.
But he did really well.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. Nico is a couch potato at heart. I'm looking at him right now. That's what that was. He's sitting right beside me as I'm recording, because if I lock him out of the room, he does whatever he can to get in. So we just accepted our fate and let him in. But he enjoys laying down and eating treats and eating. He does not at all understand the concept of playing with a toy. He's like, if you threw it, why don't you go get it? Like, fetch is not a concept for him.
Like, that's not my job.
No, it's like, if you wanted it so bad, why did you throw it? He's like a 60-year-old man. He just has that energy about him. So to have this little rambunctious thing full of life, who is more resemblant of a puppy, he wants to play on everything and be in your lap and have your attention 24/7. It is, it's a nice little dose of the dog that we used to have before Nico. So we enjoy it, but in small bursts. Small bursts are great.
Yeah.
And so he was he was a delight. He has better recall than Nico, because we can let him out without a leash. Nico, you let him go and he's gonna go do what he wants to do, damn it. And what's so sweet is Roman has such attachment issues. Like, he just wants to be near you so much all the time that he won't just run off. So it's nice to I guess be wanted.
Yeah. Augie and Judd, or not Augie and Judd, but Augie and Little, they are very much a couch potato. Like, Augie wants to be with me at all times. They don't really do much, They bark at squirrels. That is their big thing that they do. They love to bark at squirrels. But that little one, that little third one, that little turd,
Oh,
he
loves
will
his
run
playing.
circles around you. He loves to play. He's like a freaking sack of rocks. Like, he's for such a little dude, he is a hefty little thing. And he has squeakers. We have 12 of them around our house. I'm telling you, I will go to bed, there's one in the bed. I will go to the bathroom, there's one in the bathroom. And like they're everywhere. And they make a ton of noise, but he loves them and he refuses to like play with it himself. And so he'll come up and like put it on our chair for us to throw it. And it's literally going maybe 4 feet, you know, like it's just going like just across the room. It's not like we're out in the backyard and throwing it half an acre. So that has been such an adjustment because Augie and Little, they never really played. They haven't played since day one. But Judd, my God, he's gonna play till the day he's done.
Yep. Him and Roman both. But
So
that was an enjoyable experience. I'm still trying to move and do things. Of course my dad's car, he had some major work done to it about a year ago, like $4,000 worth of work, mind you. And I don't know if I've talked before how obsessed he was with Top Gear. Obsessed, okay? My dad lived and breathed Top Gear, okay? Favorite thing. So his whole thing was he wanted to own a Volvo, okay? He wanted to own a Volvo. He owned a Volvo. Volvo was pride and joy. Did he buy Volvo new? No. Volvo was used, but I digress. It was his pride and joy with his Deadpool sticker on the back. Well, he got about $4,000 worth of work done to the Volvo. And timeline here is very important. A year and a month. A year and a month. And I go and I'm having to take Dad's car from where it was back to my place to continue to take care of it. And of course, all of a sudden now, low coolant, engine light,
of course.
all of the things. Yeah. And of course, he had warranty on, the work that he did a year, So of course, it happens at a year and a month. At a year and a month. So,
Of course.
so I was talking to Liam and I was like, maybe if I just go in and just bawl to a mechanic and just go, I know that you only give a year, but can you please?
My dad died.
And he left me his car and y'all did all the work and now all the work is not working. Can you please?
Right.
So I'm going to have to go and beg and bawl and see what I can get done. We're still in the process of also looking for the title for the car, which is fun. Yeah, because of course my father couldn't keep it in any place that might be useful or easy to get to in any kind of scenario. So I'm going to spend my 3-day weekend this weekend trying to find the title. So that's going to be fun because I'm still not sure if the lights are shut off. That I can go on and on. But that's going. It's going. Still trying to deal with that. My interesting fact this week is you know how some people, you don't want to overhear a conversation, but you do anyway because they're talking so loud. And I think
Yes.
I have realized the perfect arrangement. This couple has been married since around 1967, and they have the perfect method. Do you want to hear the perfect method to marriage?
Please share.
Okay. She has her house.
Done.
He
Done.
has his house.
Done.
And he comes over on Thursdays and spends every other weekend. And they are a couple. And she goes to her house and he goes to his house. And they're married. And they've been married for a very long time. And if that was, I didn't even have socks on and it knocked them off. Okay. I was like, that's an option? I didn't know that was an option.
Oh my God.
Talk about separate bedrooms, separate houses.
We always talk about how we want to buy Betty's house when she eventually moves on. Which might be happening soon because she's gone really downhill, and I absolutely hate it. I absolutely hate it for her. But we always talk about how we want to buy Betty's house, and Jimmy's like, "Yeah, we can rent it up. We can like do a little bit of renovations on it and stuff, and then rent it out." Mind you, it's right across the street from us. And I was like, "No, I think if we do that, like you'll move in there, and then we can just like send the dogs back and forth." And he just laughed. And I said, "Or Jill will move in there, and then I'll basically move in there too." So
Correct.
that's
Then we will
the
get
thought.
joint houses. Yes, I love
So
that. I
no,
overheard that this
on
week,
to something.
and I just was like, I have to tell Bailey that. I said, because he would get an absolute kick out of that, and I knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God. In a heartbeat, guys. I think the perfect arrangement would be like 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. So like, for example, people who work like on the oil rigs and things, they're usually out on the rig for 2 weeks and then they come home for 2 weeks. Because I can tell you right now, I'm going to miss you by the time your 2 weeks is up. But when you come back, I'm ready to send you back within a week.
Correct.
So we would make it work for that week that I'm ready for you to go, and then you'll go, and then I'll restart the process.
Absolutely.
But yeah. I was gonna say something, but I kind of forgot what it was. Oh, my little Jimmy G, love him dearly, that little man. He has recently bought an ant farm.
Yes, I wanted you to talk about this. I need people to hear this. An ant farm.
Yeah, an ant farm. Jimmy is 28.
I think that
Jimmy's
needs to be
28.
said. Yeah.
He's 28 years old. He's going to be 29 in October. So he told me one day that he had bought an ant farm. Well, actually, let's go ahead and talk about how that actually came to fruition. I go to bed early. Obviously, I wake up early, period. So I went to bed, went to sleep. Well, Jimmy G doesn't always go to sleep when I go to sleep. And so next morning I wake up, get in the shower, like get it ready, all that kind of stuff. And I look on my phone and we have an alert from our banking app to where his debit card was blocked at and this is going to sound so freaking funny, 9:30 the night before, because I was asleep before 9:30. Duh.
Correct.
So had an alert there, whatever. So I kind of waited for the day to go in and I was like, "Hey, your debit card got blocked last night. Like what were you trying to buy, you know?" And he goes, "I bought an ant farm." And I said, "What the hell?" I said, "Okay." I said, "Well, I'll talk to you when I get home." So I got home and he's like, "Yeah, I bought an ant farm." And I said, "Can I ask why?" And he goes, "Honestly, it's just really interesting." I said, "Okay, cool." And he was like proceeding to tell me about an hour's worth of facts about ant colonies and queen ants and how long they last and what they do at this stage. And then they go here. And then if a queen ant dies, the entire colony is going to die out. And overload, information overload. "Hi, I'm Bailey. How are you? Don't need it. Don't need it because it's going to go here and it's going to whoop right out."
Correct.
So it came in this past week. It came in on like Thursday or something like that. Cool. Well, the ants came separate. So I didn't know that part. So what he was trying to purchase was just the ecosystem, not the actual ants. Just the farm, not the ants.
How do you ship
And so
ants? I don't.
that's a wonderful question. That I don't have the answer for. But Saturday, I went to the family reunion and I came back and they were there. They were at the house. And so he got them all in, got them settled. And so when he sent me this, like he sent me a picture of it and he was like, yeah, it's like, sent me a picture of it. Okay. And I was thinking, okay, it's big. Like it's pretty big. I'm talking like, oh God, measurements. I'm talking like maybe 16 inches by 12. Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's the size I was thinking. So like this, right? Yeah, right.
Looks good. Mm-hmm.
Nope. It's like this.
Oh, okay.
It's like this. So it's really small. It's really small. I was expecting like enough to have a colony of like 20,000 ants because that's what Jimmy kind of prepared me for, was a lot of ants.
Correct.
And in my head, I'm like, oh, cool. Gonna have ants in my house willingly, by the way.
Oh.
And so is what it is, whatever. We're sitting there yesterday trying to finish the burrows, or not yesterday, but Sunday, trying to finish the burrows. And he says, come outside with me. I said, why? And he was like, so we had removed some upper cabinets in our kitchen, and there was a, not a pier, support beam, like a support beam that was just supporting those cabinets. My house isn't going to fall in. Prepared for that. Thank you. But just to support the cabinets. So we took it down and we just threw it outside, threw it out back. We have an area where we throw everything that needs to die, burn, melt, etc.
Trash, yeah.
Anyway, threw it outside, and he was like, well, those boards that we took down, they have termites on them. I was like, okay. And he goes, I want to try to find the queen termite.
Jimmy. No.
And I tried to start like telling him why no is going to be this answer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he says, come on, and he just goes outside. And I'm like, shit. And so I go out there, and Jimmy likes to do this thing called using me as his assistant.
Correct.
And
I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, we're out there. He has a little stick, and he's like just like moving the termites, right? And to me, they look like maggots, and I'm not a fan. Not a fan. They gross me out. And he says, I need you to look up what a queen termite looks like.
You telling me he went into this completely unprepared of what they freaking look like?
Yes. Went into it blind. And so I look it up. Those things can get up to 6 inches long. 6 inches, guys. 6 inches long. A queen termite.
Jesus. That's unnatural.
And I said, Jimmy, you've grossed me out. I'm not doing this. I'm not enjoying this. I said, and I can tell you right now, I will not willingly bring a termite into the house. That just does not make sense to me.
Mm-mm. No, people spend thousands of dollars to try to get them out.
At all.
And you want to bring it in. Okay.
Yeah. And so then I went back inside, took the dogs with me, and there was a lull. So anytime there's a lull and Jimmy is quiet and I don't know where he is, I instantly start to worry. Because one, he's either bought something, found something, moved something, or trying something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got up and I looked out the kitchen window.
Oh, yeah.
And I Snapchatted Gill. Yeah. Because Jimmy was in the yard and he had like a
piece of wood.
A piece of wood. A stick, something, and he's looking at it, looking really intently. And I'm like, does anybody else's man-child suddenly have the urge to look for bugs? Because that's what's going on in my house.
And I said, absolutely not.
Right. And so I was like, oh my God. Well, I went out there because he saw me and he was like, come here. And then he dropped to the ground and started looking on the ground. And I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? So I go outside and he goes, there was a queen ant. There was a queen ant on this piece of wood. And he's like, I was trying to keep her. And I was like, oh, okay. So that's my funny anecdote for the week.
Oh my
Is
God, that was
Jimmy's
good.
Jimmy's newest hobby of an ant farm.
We're going to have to
So-
upload some pictures at some point and let y'all know that we're not just making this up for content. Like, this is actually
Y'all,
real.
I wish I was. I wish I was. And honestly, I find it so funny that my everyday life is so laughable. God. But okay, let's take a break. We will be right back.
You know what'd be great right now? A sponsor.
You know what's even better than rage? Revenue.
If you're listening and you've got a product, email us or send us cash. We're open.
Okay, we're back. After I've just blown Jill's mind.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah. I will go ahead and start this week. How's that?
I love it.
Actually, you start because there's one that I want you to read specifically. So.
Well, I have got Olivia from Boise, and we love a good Olivia. Hey, Bailey and Jill. Lately, I've been realizing that I don't really know who I am. I've spent my whole life being the responsible one, the good student, the dependable friend, the person who always does what they're supposed to do. The problem is I don't know if any of those choices were actually mine. I recently turned down a promotion because I realized I only wanted it because everyone else thought I should. Now I'm sitting here at 29, wondering what I actually want out of life. Has anyone else gotten to adulthood and felt like they were meeting themselves for the first time? How do you figure out who you are when you've spent years trying to be who everyone else needed you to be? Okay, Olivia. I'm gonna go cry in a corner.
Yeah.
And sob hysterically.
So this is why I chose that one, because we had that one a few weeks ago that kind of went along the same lines of this. And I chose this one because I am in the same spot in my life with this. I feel like everyone, I probably shouldn't say everyone, I can only speak for myself, but I feel like I, in particular, have gone through a metamorphosis between the ages of like 27, 28, and now 29, to where like I know where I am, I know who I am, and now I'm going to put who I am and take it off of the back burner and put it in the front burner because that's great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
And I just think that at this spot in my life, I have such a clarity that I have never had before. I had this conversation on Sunday when I was having lunch with my friend. We are both having this moment of clarity right now, and it is something I've never felt. Never felt. I have always second guessed myself. I have always thought about plan A, B, C, and D. I've always wondered if this is actually what is meant for me. I've always wondered those things. And so it's very weird currently being in that spot in life because I never thought I would be in that spot in life.
Yep.
If that makes any sense.
100%, but yes.
And like I completely understand and agree when they said, you know, I don't know if any of those choices were actually mine. Because here's the thing, guys, here's what happens. Usually when people get out of high school, whatever, societal pressure and the norm is to go straight into college. Well, you're asking an 18-year-old to figure out what they want to do with the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
That is a decision that shouldn't be taken lightly. That is a decision that should be able to be moldable, changeable, fluid whenever it needs to be, right? So some people that starts at 18, some people have that clarity. They know without a shadow of a doubt that I'm going to be a teacher or I'm going to be an astronaut or a banker, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Just because you knew at that point doesn't mean that you have to stay at that point because people evolve. People are constantly changing, constantly growing. And so when you look at your life and you think, okay, did I actually make that choice or did security make that choice?
Mhm.
Did knowledge make that choice? Did uh ease ease of entry make that choice? Like those are the things that I think of like, oh, well, I've never had in my life, I've never had monetary security. I haven't, period. And so I in my head looked around and I looked for the people who have always been secure in my point of view, right?
Mhm.
And one of those people was an accountant.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Let's actually change that. Multiple of those people were accountants. And so that's what I went into because I was like, okay, that'll bring me what I'm looking for. Okay, that's cool. That's fine. But here's the thing about when you make a decision based off of security, when you get that security, you have to think about if it's fulfilling. And those two things are completely different. Sometimes they're identical, but most of the time they're completely different. And so that's a spot where you have to like kick in and think, okay, what's going to make me happy? What's going to make me be at the point where I'm happy to get up? I want to go to work, like in all of those things. And that's where you have to come in and make that decision, Olivia.
And
So,
it's a tough one because like you said they don't always overlap and you have to have that moment and that realty to go they're not the same. And what did I sacrifice in finding security that
yeah.
I lost along the way? Like what did I give up to have that security?
Because, and let me go ahead and speak in accounting terms because, hey, I can. Uh, and that's what we accountants call an opportunity cost. Because with every decision, there is something you're giving up for it. There is always a cost. That is referred to as an opportunity cost. And so, what is the opportunity cost? What's the opportunity cost to me be sitting here on this podcast recording with you? The opportunity cost for me is an hour watching TV with Jimmy or playing with my dogs or getting in the hot tub. Like, that's my opportunity cost. My opportunity cost is completely different from Jill's opportunity cost.
Exactly. Yep.
And the defense rests, Your Honor. Thank you.
Where's my gavel when I need it?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you, Olivia, for your submission. You're not alone. I'm not wrapping this up because I want to move on. I'm wrapping this up because we will revisit it later. So,
Giving you some things to think about because I'm also in that stage.
yes,
And yep,
yes,
we will
yes,
be back, Olivia.
yes, because this wasn't actually the one that I wanted you to read. The one that I wanted you to read is the next one you're going to read. So, before that, let me get to Marcus in Savannah, Georgia. I love Savannah, man.
Oh, yeah.
Savannah banana. Uh, so Marcus says, "Hey, Bailey and Jill, I need some relationship advice. My boyfriend and I have been together for almost 4 years, and over overall things are great. The only issue is that he likes to joke about me in front of other people. Usually it's about my anxiety, my indecisiveness, or other things I'm already a little bit insecure about. Everyone laughs, including me, but honestly, sometimes it does hurt my feelings. When I've brought it up, he says he's just joking and that I'm being too sensitive. So I guess my question is, where's the line between playful teasing and making your partner feel small? Am I overthinking this?
Mm. Oh, gosh, Marcus, that's a good one. Oh.
Yeah. It's full screen. Something's happening. Hold on. Oh my God. I can't get it to move. Give me a second.
What's a good podcast recording without a technical difficulty? That's our forefront here.
Jesus.
At Disgruntled.
All I was trying to do was look directly at the screen rather than to the side, but everything has to move. Anyway, hi, I'm back. So Marcus, gonna have to set some boundary.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, if that were me, Jimmy G would be dead.
Yeah, and I'd be having to find a place to bury him. I know.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing is, like, I am all for, like I've said before, if you're gonna make fun of me, make it funny. Make it funny, because if you can't do it, I'm gonna eat you alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your case is different, Marcus, because they are making fun of things that you, I'm sure, have probably already told them that you feel insecure about. And that is not okay.
Mm-mm.
That is manipulation. That is a tactic of control. And so, not okay at all. At all. And like, you need to be able to sit down, have that hard conversation, and be like, listen, when you call me indecisive, or you talk about how I do have anxiety and all of these things, it hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. And maybe that is not your intention, and I hope it isn't. But if it is, it needs to stop. There is nothing wrong with laying hard boundaries. When Jimmy and I first got together, it's been 82 years. Back in the good old days, when we first got together, he would call me baby. Okay.
I remember this.
And finally, and here's the thing, guys. I don't care if anybody else calls their significant other baby. I don't care. Don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I cannot stand it when it happens to me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because of my past and like past experiences and things like that I'm not going to go into, and I don't owe anybody that. But like past experiences and things that it turns my stomach. Like it physically turns my stomach, and I cannot stand it. And Jimmy G proceeded to call me baby and things like that, until finally I sat him down and I said, listen, this is why I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I didn't feel the need to tell you why explicitly. I didn't feel the need to tell you why explicitly, but because you could not respect my boundaries, now I'm having to rehash an old wound. And since that day, it has not happened.
Correct.
And that's what we call mutual respect for each other. Okay. Now, should he have paid attention to the boundary first? Yes. 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 But as we know, some people like to push boundaries and they like to test the waters and all of those things. And that's the case. So definitely had to set a hard boundary with that one. Another one, I'll give you the inverse. Okay. Y'all, I can cuss. I can cuss. And I can cuss. I can cuss really well.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very well, actually. Yeah. And a lot of time I use it with like a humorous inflection. Obviously, I use it for humor. But when I got with Jimmy didn't cuss.
Mm-mm.
At all.
Nope. Not a bit.
At all. At
Nope.
all. None.
Yeah.
And so he asked me not to. And I didn't. I mean, I took that into account. I did, period. I did. As we have grown in our confidence in ourselves and like just with age and maturity and things, we now cuss around each other.
Yeah.
But one solid line, it is a solid no that we had set together is an F-bomb.
Mm-hmm.
He will never use an F-bomb around me. Will not do it. Won't do it. And I won't either, because it's a respect thing. I completely, period. It's just a respect thing between me and him. We will not use an F-bomb around each other. But
I love the butts.
when we are not around each other, obviously it happens. It happens a lot. When we're around like the people we work with, my side and his side included, it happens, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we were in the car with Susan, a person he works with, and one of our close friends. Like we're great friends with her. We were in the car with her. We were riding around back roads or whatever, and she said something, and without thinking of it, he said, "F you, Susan." Right?
Yeah.
Not meaning it maliciously, just
Yes.
like you know,
Yeah.
just like slang.
Mm-hmm.
And he turned 18 sheets of red.
Aww.
And like he's like, "I am so sorry." And like he turned around, like he turned to me. He's like, "I am so sorry." He's like, "I am so embarrassed." And he's like, "Please forgive me." And I'm like, "Jimmy, I don't care." like I don't care. I thought it was funny. you know? But right. But it's a boundary. It's a boundary that we have both agreed to. And unfortunately, sometimes it takes a more extreme wake up call, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just a simple agreement between two people.
Yeah.
And Marcus, in your situation, I think that you need to have that conversation. And the fact that he's saying that he's just joking that you're being too sensitive, that's not okay. Like, that's not okay. You're entitled to have whatever feelings you have. I would give a little bit more deeper of an explanation of like what that particular instance makes you do internally.
Correct. Because if he needs some comedy advice on how to be funny and not make fun of your insecurities, we would be more than willing to help him with that. Because there are better
Yes.
ways to be funny. And if he needs a master class, me and Bailey are both ready.
All right. Oh my God. Oh my God. So, yeah, Marcus, hang in there. Like, it's a relationship is such an ebb and flow process. There's sometimes when I love and adore Jimmy G, and there's sometimes where I hate his stinking guts.
Correct.
You know, it just depends. Like, it depends on the hour of the day sometimes.
Minute.
But that's
yeah.
that's a relationship. That's a relationship because people are constantly evolving, and like I am changing internally myself, right?
Right.
Jimmy is doing the exact same thing. Exact same thing. And so the person that you start in a relationship with is not the same person like in the next part of your relationship. So like the person that I married back in 2019 is not the same person I have sitting in that living room right now at all. And Gill, you can agree with me, and Gill, you can confirm on your side as well, because that's how a relationship works.
Correct. He's a different person, and I know that I am from 2016 when we both are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope I am. I want to be. I don't want to be stuck as the same person for the rest of my life.
Mm-mm.
Like how awful.
Yeah.
How awful. Ugh, God. Okay, let's take a break and then we will be back.
This ad space is currently open. Your product could be pitched here by two emotionally stable podcast hosts who definitely aren't yelling into the void. Just saying.
Jill's over there like a freaking dragon.
Liam. Up next.
We have resuscitated the vape, guys.
Oh, we have. I'm gonna.
But in light of things that have happened, go for it. Okay, you can do worse.
Well, I've contemplated. Okay, and we're back. And I've got Jordan from Columbus, Ohio. Jordan says, "Hey guys, I did everything I was supposed to do. I went to college, got the degree, found a job in my field, and guess what? Built a career. The problem is, I don't think I like it. It's not that I'm bad at it. It's not even that the job is terrible. I just don't enjoy the work. Lately, I've been looking at completely different career paths and wondering if now's the time for me to start over. Has anyone else ever worked so hard to get somewhere and then realized it wasn't where they wanted to be? How do you know when it's time for a change versus just a rough patch? And Jordan.
So this is the one that I wanted Jill to read.
Hello, Jordan. I am you, you are me. Hello. Yeah, so we're one and the same, and I felt exactly like you did. I have been exactly where you are, and I am one of those people again who decided at 18 I was going to be a teacher, and that was that was what I was going to do. Never changed majors, never did anything, went straight for it. And I can, in a flexing, not flexing, humble way, say I'm a freaking incredible teacher. I am. I am
Toot
freaking.
your own horn.
I'm gonna toot for a minute because I'm a pretty amazing teacher, and I have had several emails from my last school that I was at, absolutely begging me to come back because of how incredible of a teacher that I was and how much I put into that. And I will say again, it's not always about how good you are at something. Let me just go ahead and start there. I'm glad that you're wonderful at your job and your career, but just because you're good at it doesn't mean that, like we talked about earlier with Olivia, that it's checking those boxes. And I had to look really hard within myself because I was tired, absolutely tired of dreading to get up and go to work. And I think you just have that moment within yourself of, I physically cannot take this anymore. Like, I think you reach a breaking point with it. And I've been there and I know how hard it is that point has been reached. But I feel like you know it because you wrote in today and said it. And I think sometimes that's the hardest part and it was for me, was saying it out loud. That was the hardest part, that it had become so real and so internalized within myself that I was finally able to go out. And Bailey knows because he was one of the first people. I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this anymore. I have given myself so much out of myself that I can't sacrifice anymore. Like, I can't do it. And so I left teaching because I was going to, with teaching, you have contracts to sign. So you have to sign your contract for the next year by a certain date. And that's it. Like, that's all you get.
Yeah.
And so I had a job interview 2 weeks before. And they had basically told me that I'd gotten the job. And I was like, okay, that's it. And I was just waiting for the email saying if I'd gotten it. So I reached out because I hadn't heard from them back yet. They said they just had to get the board's approval and then they were going to send me my job notification that I'd gotten the new job. So I was switching career fields. I was about to go starting in an accounting firm and learn from the ground up, and they were going to teach me what I needed because all of my skills math wise, were transferable. And I hate to again toot my own horn, but I'm pretty damn incredible in an interview. Okay, I can sell myself very well. Because I've kind of throughout my life done a little bit of damn everything, as Bailey points out. So that's very much capable. So I didn't sign my contract because they said they were finalizing stuff. And then the next day I got an email saying that the board couldn't approve a new hire because the position, they realized it was one of those sucky things that companies do when they realize that they managed without that person in that spot, and they were going to continue to do it even though it was hard on the people that worked there. They were going to continue to make them do more than what their job required to fulfill the need because it was working. And so I got the literal next day told that I did not get the job after 24 hours of having not signed my contract. So I was like, oh, unemployment. I love that for me. So I had a real mental breakdown and was like, well, what do I do now? And so I went and got into the position that I am now. And I am very much still trying to find my path. I don't think that I have found it yet, but I'm still in that part of my looking afterwards and doing some soul searching into what makes me happy. And so, as someone who is still on that journey and still trying to figure out Jordan, don't think that it's going to happen overnight. Okay, that's my biggest advice and my biggest thing to you is it also doesn't have to be the exact next thing you switch to. Okay, don't let that pressure be there that it was absolutely okay. Well, the next thing I do has to be it. Don't go there. Don't go to that mindset. I think this is a time for you to go and get the chance to do what you didn't get to do. And I'm telling this to myself, honestly, at this point, more than I am you. Get the chance to go and find and do and experiment and see what's happening and what's doing and what's going to make you happy and try those different things. Because putting stickers on folders ain't it either. So I'm still working on figuring that out, and I will get back with you. But just know that this is a great start by saying it out loud and writing into us. And I think it's that time. And I want you to do me a favor and go do the hard thing of figuring out what you want to do because you owe it to yourself. And again, I'm saying that to me as much as I am to you. You owe it to yourself.
Yep.
To do it. And you can.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can.
So I agree with everything Jill just said. I think that it takes somebody who is very in tune with themselves. It takes someone very brave and courageous to put a stop to it and to change something. Like Jill said, it might not be your forever. You might come back to it at some point. You might never come back to it. That's fine. There is nobody making you do it, right? Like there's nobody making Jill be a teacher. Okay. There's nobody saying that Jill can never go back to being a teacher because that's not true either. Okay. I've had many jobs, as we've pointed out on this freaking podcast. Okay. I've had many jobs. Many of them fulfilled me in different ways. A lot of the people that I've met along the way are part of the reasons why I went to those jobs or why I stayed in those jobs past when I should have. I think people think loyalty is the make or break with a lot of people, and it's not. It's not. That's not how today's world works. Back in the day, yeah, you went to a company, stayed there for 30 years, and you're tired. That was what happened. Today's day and age, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. You're educated, you have experience. While it might not be the experience that your degree is in, or the experience of the field that you're going into, doesn't mean that you don't have experience. Because, like, my thing is, a business runs as a business, right?
Right.
Like, the same foundations apply. And so don't count yourself out before somebody's even counted you, right? Take a chance on yourself. Stand firm in it. Sometimes it works out 100%. Sometimes it doesn't. And that's okay. They're both okay. Both examples are okay because you're learning a lesson. You're learning something that you didn't know before. And if it works out, hell yeah. If it doesn't, okay, what's next? Right? And it's really interesting because I posted something on LinkedIn this morning. And I'm not going to read it all because it was too much.
I love that voice eye roll that you just did. That was great.
Yeah, it's too much. Not going to do that. But if you're waiting until you're 100% ready, you're going to be waiting forever. Start at 60%, adjust at 70, learn at 80, and grow at 90%. Right?
Okay. Pop off, Bailey Bowlin.
Because 100% will never come. 100% will never come. It has been proven time and time again. And if you're going for 100%, you're going to set yourself up for failure. So, remember that. Remember that. Live by it. Breathe it. Eat it. And know that it's okay to fail. Know that it's okay to succeed too. Even if that's not in what you said you were going to do or not in what everybody thinks that you should be doing. Right? So, hang in there, Jordan. You can do it. You can do anything you put your mind to. The only person who can limit you is you. And as soon as that clicks
It will.
in someone's mind,
Yeah.
and I can speak from 100% experience in that realm right there, and Jill can agree that as soon as it clicks in your mind that you are capable of doing anything in the world you put your mind to, the world is your oyster. You can make things happen.
Yeah,
You can make moves no matter what background you have, what education you have, what you don't have, do have, can't have. None of those things matter. As long as you say you have it and you can do it and you can back that up 100%, you're going to have whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Period.
So, Jordan, you can do it. You can do it. Wrapping up because we like to talk today. And by we, I mean me.
Also me.
I have Tracy from Louisville, Kentucky. Tracy says, can somebody explain why people stop traffic to let someone turn out of a parking lot? The other day, I was sitting at a green light behind a car that randomly stopped in the middle of the road so someone could pull out of a gas station. There was nobody behind us. No one. That person could have waited 3 seconds and pulled out safely. Instead, we're all sitting there wondering why traffic has come to a complete stop. I know people think that they're being nice, but sometimes being predictable is better than being nice. Just follow the rules of the road. Am I being grumpy, or is this as annoying as I think it is? Tracy, I can tell you're Southern just by reading that.
Yeah, you are. But I also agree with you. I don't think you're just being grumpy.
I do agree with you. I do agree with you, but it was the whole, I know people think they're trying to be nice because people do that in the South. Yeah. They'll wave when somebody drives by. They'll let somebody out because they're being nice that day, right? So that's hilarious to me. I hate traffic. I hate traffic. Traffic is a part of my daily life every single day. And I hate it. And the road that I travel every freaking day,
bless you.
There you can be going 77 and go to 0 in 3.2 seconds. Happened to me yesterday. Literally had to pull into the shoulder because I knew I was going to get hit. Like pulled fully into the shoulder and stopped because I knew I was going to get hit.
Yeah, either you hit the person in front or they hit you from behind.
Right. And so I was like, okay, why are we stopped? What's going on here? Why are we stopped? And we get up to a certain spot, right? There's nothing. Nothing. Then we all floor it to 77 again. I'm like, what happened? What happened? And then today I was coming home and I got behind a semi truck that was in the left lane and would not get out of that left lane. And I'm like, dude, you are literally going 62. It's 70. And let's be honest, it's 77 for me.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes 82 if I want to get home.
Correct. If it's Friday.
Yeah. So I don't know. When we decided that like we have to be nice to everybody on the road. My thing is follow the rules. And that would piss me off. If nobody's behind us and you're letting them out, why couldn't they have just waited until we passed you?
Yeah. Oh, that's
You know?
infuriating on a whole new level.
Because that would irritate me 100%.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say the reason why I included this one on this particular episode.
Go for it, Bailey.
So it came to me today on my wonderful drive that if people had a phone number on the back of their car, I'd call it. I would call it. Okay. I would call it because some people, they need to know. They need to know, especially some of these companies, because when I get past a certain point, the speed limit goes up to 75, which means I go up to 83. Okay. And if I'm going 83 and somebody in a plumbing truck with it's marked up, I know exactly who it is riding my tail for the past 10 miles. And I've already gotten over into the right lane, but then they get over into the left lane and then floor it going at least 95. I'm catching up to you and I'm calling. I'm calling that phone number and I'm saying, listen, if you ever do that again.
Me and you are going to have it out here on these streets.
Yeah. So that's what I thought of. So I have added a product to Disgruntled.shop. It is a bumper magnet. It is not a sticker. We no longer use bumper stickers. It's a bumper magnet to where it is removable and it doesn't damage your paint. So it simply says, how's my driving? Right. And then it gives the Disgruntled hotline. So they can call us and complain about you and you'll never know it.
Yeah.
And it's a cathartic release for them. So let us deal with your troubles. We will take care of it. And then you can just speed right on down the road. So,
Hey.
yeah, that is live now. So go buy it. Go do it. It's $10. That's not that bad. Not that bad. Right?
Great deal.
Maybe?
Yes.
I don't know.
100%.
All right. Jill, I've talked a lot today. Will you wrap us up?
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tracy. Sorry.
I want to say thank you to Tracy, Jordan, Marcus, and Olivia. Thank you so much for writing in today. You had the opportunity to yell into the void and tell us everything. I want to make sure everyone can do that. So please like, subscribe, share, follow us everywhere you possibly can. Get the word out. Bailey, in his wonderful post-production work, is going to put the link tree right there on the screen. So use that, follow all those links, rate, review, subscribe, and let more people know how disgruntled you are and everyone is. Use these wonderful forms or be sure to call or text us with your rants at 479-222-1251. You can upload them anywhere, website, forms. Remember, we got disgruntlednetwork.org. Remember our link in order to get some of that wonderful merch, including the new bumper magnet, is at our merch place that Bailey is going to have there on the screen. And once again, that is disgruntled.shop. So please pick up your magnet so that we can get some of these calls going. Okay. So please do whatever you can to subscribe, follow us, get us out there, and we're going to make sure everyone has a place to scream into the void. So thank you for listening.
Gonna have to really pronunciate that M on magnet.
No. Okay. Okay, you want to criticize me on something. Oh.
No, because I did the same thing when I was telling them about it. I was like, magnet. Sorry, guys. Yikes.
But Bailey set me up for that one. I hope you've had a good week listening to us just rant. So we'll see you back next week with another exciting filled episode.
Yes, we will. We'll see you then. Thank you, Jill. Love you much. I will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. This has been a Disgruntled Network multimedia production.
Created by people with a lot of opinions and just enough time to share them.
Executive produced by Gillian Johnson and Bailey Bowlin.
If you liked what you heard, don't forget to scream into the void or, leave us a review.